So Niger beating Ghana convincingly. So let me start off with you. 2-0, some sumptuous goals scored in that game over there. But in all, we didn't look like a team serious about getting a win. It's like we just got beaten, and then just disappeared into the distance. I don't know.
I mean, if you look at the highlights, the highlights don't tell the full story, but just look at the highlights. Yeah. There was only one team playing. It's like we were there for them to kind of show their skills and show their level. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The second goal was a great goal. I don't think there's many keepers in the world that can save that. Yeah. Let's not blame, but the closing down, the things before the goals, that's what we have to talk about. Yeah. There wasn't enough closing down. And even the first goal we conceded, our defense in the highlights, there were too many moments where it looked comical. There was the first header that Danlad kind of had to dive and save. Yeah. You are making a great save from a back pass from your own teammate. Then the goal comes, and maybe Danlad was beaten. Let's give Danlad the benefits of the doubt that he wasn't going to get it, so the centre back had to come there. But that attempt at a clearance was so poor. It was just painful to watch because that was the two goals were so avoidable. I won't say we're better than Niger or anything like that, but everything that was shown on the screen, everything that we saw in these highlights, we're second best. So we deserve to go home. Honestly, I was surprised we beat Sudan. I thought we were a bit lucky in that game. We got away with it, and we were really shown what this tournament was about today. The day we played, yesterday, last night. So it's just disappointing because we've not had, like Coach Nimi rightly said, our last few tournament appearances everything has been disastrous. We had our worst ever AFCON. Yep. We lost to the mighty Comoros, where everything went wrong against Comoros. We went to the World Cup. We could have qualified. The whole Uruguay thing happened. Again, another disappointment. And you come to the CHAN, where you think, okay, as a top team in Africa, we can do something. We really haven't shown. We've not given a good account of ourselves. So it's very painful to watch, and it just shows Ghana football is really in a tough place. So we hope for better things to come. We have a nice, exciting crop we saw at the World Cup. We're the youngest team at the World Cup. There was some promise shown there. Let's hope we build upon it and we build for the future.
Well, it's all about decisions, really. Who will be appointed next head coach?
A very big decision.
What kind of mandate will he be given to work heading towards the AFCON? What will happen to this CHAN team in the wake of this disaster? Coach, Ano Walker and Prosper Nate Ogum are two of the best coaching minds we have in the country. Now, this tournament, we've been dumped out at this stage. Like you rightly said, if Morocco had been in, we wouldn't possibly even be here. What do we do with our CHAN? Because during Konedo's era, it wasn't great. We had a long drought. We've come back here. We've exited again. Where exactly do we go?
Yeah, look, truth be told, we can only solve the problem at the CHAN if we look at our domestic league properly. That is where we should be focused on. How to make our league better. How to make the quality of our league better. And that should start from the grassroots. You see, it is so shameful and so embarrassing when you have the FA president says that in assigning roles, positions to people in Ghana football. He said, I'm going to be the chairman. I want to be the chairman of grassroots football. Because that is where I believe, as a president, if we were to get right, it would transit all the way to the very top. But under the tenure of Ketu Kriku as grassroots juvenile football chairman, everything is messed up. I do coast football. I'm actively involved in coast football. Last season, the Coast League got truncated. We couldn't even play even the first round. They say we should stop and cancel it. So they chose who the winners were. And I said, I don't like going for the meetings because anytime I step at the coach meet, at the district meeting, it's like I tend to say a lot. And I realized that those men there, they know the truth, that they will just not be allowed to do their work. So it's better you don't go. So our juvenile football is completely messed. Not only for the boys, even for the women. As we speak here today, I don't believe our Black Queens will qualify for the next 3 tournaments because we don't have proper foundation.
Yep.
Our under-17 women's team, who should be feeding the under-20 for them to feed the Black Queens, has been banned.
And to contend with, we'll have to play Nigeria every time.
That's it. And anytime we meet them, we'll get beat. As for the women, home and dry, we should forget about it. Now, when you look at this team, Nketia, there was nothing Ghanaian about this team.
How so?
Apart from the fact that Ketokreku and Bogna Abobo, or Sekre, my own boss, they were jubilating and waving the Ghana flag in the hotel when we defeated Sudan, celebrating mediocrity at its best. I couldn't believe it when I saw the video, when they were singing, I know my level, I know my level. For beating Sudan? Are you serious? This is your true level. You have seen your smoothness level. I expect them to do even the same, having been beaten by Niger. You spoke about Anawaka and Prosper Gogu. Look, I was the same person who sat here and said, I believe that the strength of this team was the technical team. I'm going to be the same person to say that the 2 gentlemen were the most disappointing part of the team. I'm not going to hide my feelings.
How so?
Did you watch the game yesterday?
I did.
We had no plan B. And when you have Anawaka comes to the press conference and say that the video he watched of the Niger team, when they came, they played differently. So if you have mapped up the strategy based on what you have seen, and the opponent comes and he's doing absolutely different things from what you had rehearsed upon, what should you do? Should you still stick to what you had rehearsed on, or you should now do what is known as in-game coaching and try and coach your boys through the difficult situation? But you left them to use that tactics, that idea, to counter something that you have not rehearsed for. What were they doing there?
It is very surprising.
It is shocking.
In the Ghana Premier League, we've seen Anawaka make tactical changes to win games. So I'm wondering what happened.
You won the league with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, making tactical changes when games were being played. Now, this is the most serious part of what I saw yesterday. Nketia, so every single change that Anawaka and Prosper Ogun did yesterday, when we needed tactical changes to come and rescue the situation, all the changes they made rather weakened our team. I couldn't believe it. The Vision FC player, Otu, we are chasing the game and you are changing according to a template that you've always used.
Let's wrap it up for me before we go for our first break.
Football people, like I knelt down at the beginning of the program. I'm ready to do that even on the street of Ghana. Don't allow Ketokreku to take this country to any major tournament again. This is the last. Vote him out with intent, because our football is dead. Our domestic league, our women's football, everything is dead under this man. After normalization, after what we went through, this is what he's given back to us as FA president. Sack him quick. Vote him out quick, so that Ghana football, look, we are, like Kobran Yeboah said today, this man could sit down together with the FA as FA. They could allow budget to be, draw a budget for us to give every management member $100,000. This man, Prosper Ado, they sat down and prepared the budget for the ministry to approve $100,000 for Alaji Gruza, for Sami Kufuor, for Mark Ado, and all those people who call themselves management members of the Black Stars. Kobran Yeboah said it today. There's no legacy project. At least Anakwesi Nyantechi were doing honorarium, where the appearance fee of 3 players is put together and shared among the management members. Under Kreto Kreku, no honorarium. Every member of the management, $100,000. Now we can speak. They can't take us to court. They will take Oban Yeboah to court because he said it first. So I'm quoting the SWAG president. He said every member was given $100,000. I'm promising the people of this country very soon. Maybe this Friday, if I get the way I've been promised the document, if the document, Sports Panorama, if we don't train number one this coming Friday, then I've not gotten my document. But I'm determined the document will come.
Interesting thoughts there. Coach thinks that leadership in Ghana football needs to change because the football, it's not footballing really as things stand now. Let's take a break here on the show. When we come back, we'll give you some highlights from the Ghana Premier League and then we'll talk about some FA Cup action as well.